Hello, sports fans. Welcome to another edition of Eastland County Today Sports Show. Been a couple of weeks since we've been with you, and so now got a lot to catch up with. We've got softball, we've got baseball, we've got track, tennis, golf. It's a busy time of year, so let's get right to it, shall we? Let's start off with the Cisco Lobos and Lady Lobos. First, we're going to talk about softball and the Lady Lobos. This past Tuesday evening, the Lady Lobos traveled up to Breckenridge, and they defeated the Breckenridge Ladybucks 9-6. That makes the Lady Lobos now 1-1 in district play. This Friday evening, the Lady Lobos will host the Lady Mavericks of Eastland. It's a Eastland-Cisco doubleheader in Cisco this Friday evening, as softball and baseball both playing one another in Cisco. That also, we're talking about baseball. Baseball won their first district game in Breckenridge last night, 2-0. They're now 1-1 in district play. And again, as I said earlier, Eastland Cisco in Cisco. Softball begins at 5. Baseball begins at 4:30. Both varsity teams playing the Mavs and Lady Mavs this Friday. Let's now talk about swinging that club a little bit, hitting that little white ball straight and narrow. Let's talk about the golf season. Golf is wrapping up, but they had district tournament in Eastland this last week. The boys team finished second. Way to go, boys. They will be they qualified for a regional tournament, as did Harley Kendall girls team. Of the girls team, Harley Kendall placed third individually, and so she qualified as well for regional. Regional will be in 2 weeks, the second week of April. Tennis news. Tennis will also be playing district this weekend. I believe that tournament is in Abilene, and so look for those results in next week's paper. Track begins district next week, too. The track district meet will be held on 2 days. It always is in 2 days. The first day, Monday, next Monday, will be the first day of district track, and then they'll finish up on Thursday. Lots going on in Cisco. Let's go Lobos and Lady Lobos. Sports fans, let's see what's going on now in Eastland. Maverick and Lady Mavs. Lady Mavs played softball last night. They played home against Clyde, and it was not a pretty game. Lots of errors, Coach Vernon said, and the Lady Bulldogs beat the Lady Mavs 15-1. That unfortunately moves the district record of the Lady Mavs to no wins and 2 losses. This Friday evening, they travel over to Cisco. As mentioned earlier, Cisco Lady Lobos, Eastland Lady Mavs begin at 4:30 in Cisco. The baseball team also took it on the chin last night, again losing a very tight game, this time to the Clyde Bulldogs, 3-2. Unfortunately, the baseball team is also no wins and 2 losses in district play. We got to get some wins for these Eastland Mavs and Lady Mavs on the diamond. This Friday, baseball travels to Cisco to take on the Lobos. That game starts at 4:30. The golf team, they did outstanding this past week, led by individual district champion Zane Brooks. The boys team won the district championship out here at Lakeside this past week in golf. Sadie Hodges is the only lady qualifier. She finished 5th, and so she qualified for that region tournament as well, which will be held at the Diamondback Country Club in Abilene the second week of April. As the tennis team for Cisco is in district this weekend, so are, of course, the tennis team for Eastland High School. They both will be competing in Abilene this weekend. Again, hope to have results in next week's paper. And as the Lobos are district meet for track, so are the Mavericks and Lady Mavs. Again, it's a 2-day meet, Monday and Thursday in Clyde next week to determine track district champions. That's about it for for Eastland. Let's go Mavs and Lady Mavs. Okay, sports fans, let's now travel over to Ranger and talk about what's going over Ranger High School and Ranger College. First, let's talk about the high school softball Lady Bulldogs. Boy, they are on a roll. Listen, they defeated Santo last week 26-2. 26-2. Can you believe that? And then they came back that was last week, and then just yesterday they defeated Lipan 15-1. That means in 2 games they have scored 41 runs and only allowed 3. The Lady Bulldogs are on a roll. They are now 5-1 in district play. They have a doubleheader this weekend. They travel to Bryson. The doubleheader starts 11 o'clock Saturday in Bryson. I believe they're making up a game they lost in the Gully Washer that happened earlier this month. The baseball Bulldogs, I don't have a result from last night just yet. They are 1-4 in district action, and so hopefully they got a win last night. We'll have to wait and see. The Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs track teams, they will be in action again this week in Albany, and district for the Ranger track team will be in 2 weeks. All right, so make sure you stay tuned for district results from Ranger in 2 weeks. I want to take this opportunity to also talk about Ranger College. We have been following the Ranger College basketball program all year, and you hopefully saw in the paper last week how well Ranger College did in the National Junior College Athletic Association Basketball National Championships. Boy, they really played well. Good defense, good perimeter play. They hit the boards. They really looked good. Turned a lot of heads up in Hutchinson, Kansas. They won the first game in the tournament against the Mississippi team. They won the second game against the Florida team. They won their third game against the Georgia team. Took care of all the that deep south junior college basketball action. And then in the semifinals, they came up against the host school, Hutchinson, Kansas. And it was a marvelous game. Went into overtime, and the Ranger College Rangers just fell short by 3 points in the semifinal game. They came back the next day, last Saturday, and they fell to Gillette in the third place game, finishing 4th place. But what a showing Ranger College had in the National Junior College tournament there in Hutchinson, Kansas. Congratulations to Coach Gillespie and all of the fine players, basketball players there at Ranger College. Now in Ranger, we're playing on the Diamonds, and the softball team is 5-5. They are tied for 5th in conference, and baseball struggling a little bit. They're 1-7. All right, that's what's going on in Ranger. Let's go Bulldogs, Lady Bulldogs, Rangers, Lady Rangers. Sports fans, thanks for staying with me. We're going to travel down to Gorman, see what's going down in Pantherland. The Lady Panthers on the Diamond, boy, they're playing well as well. They are 6-1 in district play after defeating Santa Ana Tuesday evening, 3-2. Lady Panthers right up there amongst the leaders in district play. The Lady Panthers will be home this Friday evening. They will take on the Lady Buffs of Cross Plains. That game's at 5 o'clock. The baseballers did not have a good night last night. They lost to De Leon Tuesday evening, 4-3. Their district record now falls to 3 wins and 2 losses. They're right in the middle, so they need to continue to win games to claim a playoff spot. This Friday evening, they're also home. They play Gordon this Friday evening at 5 o'clock. Track is winding down for Panthers and Lady Panthers as well. Next week, their district is on Thursday, and it's at Strawn. Looking forward to getting great results from Panthers and Lady Panthers. They've always been deep in track, and they continue to excel as well this year. So looking forward to some great results from the district meet in Strawn next week. All right, that's what's going on in Gorman. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Lady Panthers. Our final stop in the county this morning is Rising Star, the Wildcats and Lady Cats. And their spring is a little less busy than most of our schools. Rising Star does not play baseball or softball as competitive sporting in high school. They do play golf, they play tennis, and they run track. And so let's talk about a couple of those sports. Golf. You're going to see as you pick up a paper this week, and you are going to pick up a paper, aren't you? We appreciate you doing that. Go by your local newsstand, pick up a paper, check out what's going on in all the counties, and then check out our sports pages. And you're going to see on the front sports page that the boys and girls golf teams won district in Rising Star. Congratulations to Coach Cervantes and all the boys and girls down there swinging the clubs, hitting that white ball really straight, or sort of straight anyway. So congratulations to the golf teams. The track teams will be running district in a couple of weeks. April 14th will be their district meet, and that will be at May. And so we'll see how Tommy Gann and the others are able to compete in district there in May in a couple of weeks. That's all that's going on in Rising Star Sports. Let's go Cats. Let's go Wildcats and Lady Cat. All right, sports fans, that takes care of another episode of the Eastland County Today Sports Show. I certainly appreciate your faithfulness in watching. Sorry we've been kind of out of pocket the last couple of weeks, communication, and it's just been busy. Everybody's got their own schedule, but we appreciate you tuning in today and catching up on Eastland County sports. Have a wonderful weekend, make some good memories, and God bless you.